Urgent Atlanta Falcons fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest Atlanta Falcons updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Alright, Falcons fans, buckle up, because today we're diving into a story that's been making waves across the NFL landscape. It's a tale that, honestly, could have ripple effects not just for a single player but for the entire league, and of course, for our beloved Atlanta Falcons. Now, I know what you're thinking, what's the big news? Well, stay tuned, because we're about to unpack everything, from the player's impressive career to the current situation, and how it might relate to the Falcons. We're talking about a former All-Pro, a player with a resume that screams excellence, who, despite his incredible talent and on-field success, is still sitting unsigned as the offseason rolls on. Yes, you heard that right. An NFL star, a household name for many fans, still searching for a team after the draft, after free agency opened, and despite several NFL teams showing interest. It's a bit of a head-scratcher, isn't it? But this story isn't just about one player, it's about the unpredictable nature of NFL contracts, the business side of football, and how teams, like the Falcons, are always on the lookout for talent that can help them make that next leap. Now, let's talk a little about this player. Let's call him the unattached All-Pro for now, because his name is still under wraps in this story. But trust me, his credentials are undeniable. This guy was a dominant force on the field, earning multiple Pro Bowl selections, All-Pro honors, and even leading his previous team to some crucial victories. His skill set? Top tier. His leadership? Unmatched. And yet, here we are, in late October, with him still on the market. That's rare in today's NFL, where a player of his caliber usually finds a new home pretty quickly once the season starts to take shape. So, what's going on here? Why is someone with such a stellar resume still looking for a team? Well, there are a few theories floating around. Some say it's a matter of contract demands. This guy knows what he's worth, and understandably, he's not willing to settle for less. Others suggest that lingering injury concerns or certain team needs might be playing a role. Or maybe, just maybe, it's a strategic move, waiting for the perfect fit, the right system, or even the right contract terms that satisfy his expectations. But what about the NFL teams? Well, several franchises have reportedly shown interest in adding this player to their roster. And it's no secret that many teams are always looking to bolster their defense or add experience to their offense, especially with the season approaching quickly. Teams like the Kansas City Chiefs, the Baltimore Ravens, or even some playoff contenders are known to keep an eye on such impactful players. Yet, despite this interest, nothing has been finalized. No signing, no official commitment. It's a waiting game, and that's where things get really intriguing. Because in the NFL, timing is everything. A player sitting out too long can lose momentum, but sometimes, it's all about patience. It's about finding that perfect situation that aligns with both the team's needs and the player's expectations. Now, why am I bringing this up in a video for Falcons fans? Well, because this situation, while not directly related to Atlanta, reflects a broader trend that could impact our team's future. Imagine a scenario where this player, with his experience and talent, becomes available at just the right moment, perhaps late in the offseason or even during the season. Think about how such a move could alter the dynamics of our roster, especially on defense or in the skill positions. It's a fascinating thought, isn't it? Because the Falcons, like many teams, are always looking to improve, to upgrade, and to stay competitive. We have a young core, a promising quarterback in Desmond Ridder, and a coaching staff eager to make a splash. But adding a veteran of this caliber could be the kind of move that pushes us over the edge, giving us that extra edge to contend in what's shaping up to be a highly competitive NFC South. Speaking of the season, let's take a quick look at how the Falcons are shaping up. The offseason has been a mix of strategic acquisitions, draft picks, and some notable departures. We've seen some promising additions on the offensive line, which is crucial for protecting Ritter and establishing a strong running game. The defense has been reshaped, with new linebackers and defensive backs brought in to enhance coverage and pass rush. But as fans, we're always hungry for more. We want that spark, that veteran presence that can steady the ship in tight games. And, honestly, a player with the credentials of our mystery free agent could be that missing piece, especially if he's still available as the season gets underway. Now, let's talk about what this means for the Falcons specifically. We're in a crucial window of opportunity. The NFC South is wide open this year, with no dominant team yet establishing clear superiority. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going through a transition, the Carolina Panthers are rebuilding, and the New Orleans Saints are looking to find consistency. That means the Falcons, with the right moves, could be right there in the mix. And adding a player of this caliber, if we could pull it off, might be the kind of move that elevates us from contenders to serious contenders. Imagine the impact of a seasoned pro, someone who's been through the battles in the league, bringing his leadership and experience to our locker room. It would send a message to the rest of the NFC South that the Falcons are serious about competing now. But it's not just about the talent. It's about the story. It's about the resilience of a player who's faced setbacks, who's still chasing that next chapter in his NFL career. That kind of determination resonates with fans, especially in Atlanta, where we love players who show grit and heart. And let's be honest, our team is building something special. The young talent, the coaching staff, the passionate fanbase, all of these elements create a perfect storm for success. The addition of a veteran star, even late in the offseason, could be the catalyst that pushes us into the postseason. Now, I know some of you might be wondering, what's the latest on this free agent? Well, reports suggest that while no deal has been signed, the interest from multiple teams remains high. The player himself has been working tirelessly in the gym, staying in peak shape, ready to jump at the first opportunity that fits his criteria. That dedication, that work ethic, is precisely what makes him a valuable asset. Teams know that when he finally signs, he'll be ready to contribute immediately. And you can bet that Atlanta, with its growing roster and competitive spirit, is certainly keeping an eye on this situation. As the NFL season approaches, the landscape is shifting rapidly. Training camps are in full swing, rosters are taking shape, and the buzz around potential late additions is growing louder. For Falcons fans, this story adds an extra layer of excitement and anticipation. We're looking at the big picture, how every move, every signing, every draft pick, can influence our chances of making a deep playoff run. And this particular free agent saga is a reminder of how unpredictable and exciting this league really is. Sometimes, the biggest surprises come late in the game, and that's what makes following the NFL so thrilling. Will he end up in Atlanta? Will he choose another destination? Or will he wait until the perfect opportunity presents itself? Whatever the outcome, one thing's for sure, this story isn't over yet, and it's definitely one to watch. Now, let's shift gears a bit and talk about what the Falcons are doing right now in terms of roster building. Arthur Smith, our head coach, has been emphasizing competition across the board, pushing players to elevate their game. The draft picks this year have been promising, especially on defense, where young talent like linebacker Owen Pappoe and safety Jalen Catalon are eager to prove themselves. We've also seen some smart signings in free agency, aimed at adding depth and experience. But in the back of everyone's mind, there's that hope: what if we could land that veteran star to complement our core? Imagine the boost to our secondary or the addition to our pass rush. It could be the piece that turns our defense from good to elite, or our offense from solid to unstoppable. And let's not forget the importance of leadership in the locker room. A veteran of this caliber brings more than just stats. He brings presence, mentorship for the younger players, and an example of professionalism. That kind of influence can be transformative, especially for a team that's still finding its identity and trying to build continuity. The Falcons are on the rise, no doubt about it. We have a talented quarterback in Ritter, a promising offensive line, and a defense that's hungry to make a statement. But the league is tough, and every little edge counts. That's why fans are so eager to see if this mystery free agent will eventually find his way to Atlanta or if another team will snatch him up first. Now, I want to get a little more into the broader NFL context because understanding the league as a whole helps us see where the Falcons fit into this puzzle. The NFL offseason has been full of surprises, with trades, signings, and draft picks changing the landscape. The AFC, for example, has seen some blockbuster moves, while the NFC is still up for grabs. The Falcons, with their young core and new coaching staff, are positioning themselves as dark horses in the NFC South. The addition of a veteran star, especially a proven All-Pro, could be the catalyst for a playoff push. It's all about timing, fit, and the right opportunity, and that's what makes this story so compelling. Because, in football, sometimes the difference between a good season and a great season is a single signing, a key play, or a strategic move that catches everyone off guard. And speaking of the league's unpredictability, let's reflect on some recent examples. Remember the late-season signing of Von Miller by the Bills in 2022? Or when the Rams acquired Odell Beckham Jr. in the middle of their Super Bowl run? These moves show how impactful late additions can be, especially when timing is right. So, Falcons fans, keep your eyes peeled. Because if this free agent, the unattached All-Pro, finally signs somewhere, it could be right here in Atlanta, and it could be the move that propels us into the postseason and beyond. Now, I want to highlight some of the key qualities that make this player so desirable. His versatility is one of his biggest assets. He can rush the passer, drop into coverage, or even contribute to run-stopping schemes. His experience in high-pressure situations is invaluable, especially for a team like ours that's still developing consistency. Plus, his leadership qualities are well documented, and his work ethic is second to none. All of these factors make him a perfect fit for a team that's trying to establish a winning culture. And honestly, with the Falcons' current trajectory, adding someone like him could be the final piece of the puzzle in our quest to become true contenders. As we look ahead, the countdown to training camp is getting shorter. The NFL is a league of momentum, and the right move at the right time can shift everything. For Falcons fans, it's an exciting time, full of hope and anticipation. We're witnessing the building blocks of a promising future, but we also know that sometimes, the biggest breakthroughs come from unexpected places. Will this free agent finally sign with Atlanta? Will he choose another franchise? Or will he stay in limbo a little longer? Whatever happens, it's a story that keeps us glued to the league, eager for the next chapter. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this situation? Do you think we have a real shot at landing this veteran star? Would he be the missing piece to push us over the edge? Or do you believe we should focus on developing our young core and building through the draft? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I love hearing your opinions, and it really helps keep this community engaged. Your voice matters so much to us and to the Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, analysis, and all the latest from around the NFL. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep the Falcons spirit alive as we gear up for what promises to be an exciting season ahead. Whether he signs here or not, one thing's for sure, Falcons football is on the rise, and we're all in this together. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Falcons!